Hello, welcome to Backyard Catch. This is Nick Roby. We have a very special NCAA edition of the podcast. We're joining by our good friends Alex and Candice, and Bennett, their son Bennett. We're so glad that he's here, and then my lovely wife Noelle is here too.
Hello.
Thanks for being on, guys.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
Excited to be here.
Bennett, say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, we had this, we're really excited. So you may have seen on social media or not, but if you haven't, come and follow us. We've got some fun stuff. But we're doing a bracket competition this year. First annual. It's definitely going to be a tradition. Noelle had this great idea to do like a fun competition with everybody. So what we're doing is everyone joining our group on ESPN, and then the winner, everyone fills out a bracket, and the winner will get a special prize. We'll get the first ever, we're revealing this now, first ever Backyard Catch swag.
What?
Woo.
Does anyone know what it's going to be? Anyone know what it's going to be? No?
Nope.
Only I do, I guess.
Yeah, we're still figuring it out. But it's really cool. We're really excited. So the winner will get some fun little apparel, little swag to wear. But still, come and join. It's going to be really fun. And then we love doing brackets. And so this idea also came because of our good friends Candice and Alex. They have a fun tradition they do every year, which we've talked about a little bit. But maybe, Alex, like what do you and Candice do every year?
Yeah, so we've been in the same league on CBS Sports since 2006. So this is our 14th annual, 13th annual time doing a bracket, and I can go back and see the standings from every year. So year one 2006, Candice last place. We expected.
Of two?
Is this just y'all two?
No, it's out of 21 people that year.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of went up and down from there with a lot of down for Candice, but she has been most improved for sure.
I've won.
She has won before in 2000.
Once or twice.
Let me see, 2014 maybe. And since we've been married, we have an ongoing bet that whoever wins ranks higher in our league out of the two of us, we go out to eat together at a Japanese steakhouse, and the loser has to eat chicken while the winner gets to eat steak. And the loser is not allowed to have any of the winner's steak. Not allowed to have a bite of it or anything like that.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. There's a lot at stake.
Yeah. There's a lot at stake.
Pun intended.
I think me and Nick are going to join in on that this year.
Yeah, you're definitely invited to join us.
We were invited / self-invited.
You're welcome to
You're
do
always
that.
invited.
So Nick and I have been doing this since we started dating, and so far Nick has beat me. In the first half, it looks like I'm going to win, and then he beats me in the end.
I feel that way a lot.
Every year so far, so I'm determined to get to eat the steak this year. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it was actually our first date before we officially started dating. That day we went to the first round of the tournament when it was in Greenville.
Fancy.
It was really fun.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Noelle has strong first and second rounds.
Yeah.
And then
it goes downhill.
not that down.
Well, maybe you can learn from that this year.
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
Yeah.
I think I
feel
have
good.
an okay bracket.
I feel like it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
You spend a lot of time on this. It'll be fun. Okay, so we're all gonna just break down our brackets. We thought it'd be fun just to kind of to share together, and we even have our good friend Bennett who's gonna share his bracket too.
Yes.
Which we're really excited about.
Bennett, tell them how old you are. Tell them. Don't show
How old are you?
3.
He's 3.
But
Yeah.
you're almost
4.
You're almost 4.
Before March Madness is over, you'll be 4.
That's true.
Bennett, who are your favorite teams? Like, what teams do you have to cheer for?
For basketball.
That college. Tar Heels and the Huskies.
Tar Heels and the Hokies. Yeah. Those are some good teams.
Good picks.
Those are good picks.
Yeah, we went and saw them. Remember, like I mentioned on the podcast before, we went and saw them play each other this year. So that was pretty fun, right, Bennett?
Yeah, and the Tar Heels won, but Uncle Bill was there on LSU's team. The Tar Heels went to the Huskies, and the Tar Heels won.
They
Tar
did.
Heels won.
Tar Heels won.
And we got on TV.
So fun.
So fun. So, There you go. That's the team. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and kind of talk through some of our picks. But we decided, instead of kind of going through like the traditional like 116, 8, 9 like directly, we're going to all talk about, we're going to say a
We want to
matchup.
talk in the microphone.
No, we're talking.
We're talking now, yeah. Sharing our picks now, yeah. We're doing this live. So we're going to break down and we're going to say like 116, 1 versus 16. So for every region, we're going to say all of our picks in the 116 matchup. So that way we can kind of all see how we picked in that. And then we'll kind of just go from there. And then once we get farther, we'll kind of explain our picks, because once we make our picks, it'll change who we have to pick against.
Fun.
Yeah, super
Yeah,
fun.
it's gonna be
I'm really
awesome.
excited. So, with that being said, we're going to jump right in. But with the first one, I thought, I mean, naturally, I feel like you do kind of start with the 116.
Yep,
easy,
for sure.
Easy matchup. So, we're going to let ladies go first.
Oh, okay.
You just start with your 116. I guess start with the Duke one, and then just kind of, I guess, just
East.
announce in the East.
I
Yeah.
don't
just-
like Duke.
You don't.
Why don't you like Duke?
Mommy doesn't like Duke or Daddy.
Y'all don't like Duke? Well, I picked Duke.
Although I don't like Duke, you have to pick Duke.
Yeah, especially with Zion Williams.
He's back.
Got my notes over here, Nick.
It's Williamson, but
Oh,
close.
And he's
enough.
he's from near where we're sitting right now.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So
Sparkle.
you have to be a little bit loyal to your man.
That's true.
It is.
Bennett, do you remember Zion? What do you remember about Zion?
I broke his shoe off.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Broke his
true.
shoe off. Good
isn't that
memory.
crazy?
Yeah, and then he did, and then that helped the Tigers beat them.
True.
Yeah, that's right.
And
That's
then the Tigers beat them twice.
Yep.
That's right.
They did beat him twice.
Yeah.
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 Man,
That's
you
awesome.
got a better memory than me.
Yeah.
No notes.
No notes. Off script. He's ready to go. Can't even read, but he's ready to go. All right. Who did y'all have in? Who did y'all have with Gonzaga versus? I think they have a playing game. FDU and Prairie View.
Gotta go Prairie View there.
Gotta go Prairie View.
Yeah. So y'all keep going in all the rest of your 116 matchups.
I
Okay.
definitely picked Gonzaga.
I picked all ones across the board.
Yeah, I did too. Does that make it easier?
Yeah, we can go with that. Yeah, y'all all picked ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Gonzaga,
Virginia,
Virginia, and North
Duke.
Carolina.
Okay.
As much as it pains me to pick Virginia as a
I
Hokie
know.
fan.
I know.
And after last year,
I don't
I know.
we don't like for them.
You don't like
No.
Virginia? No, this is definitely Virginia.
I only like for them Tech khakis.
yeah.
Yeah.
He only likes Virginia Tech. Ben's very strong on Virginia Tech.
But I felt like I had to pick Virginia this
Yeah,
time.
it's
It
hard.
was one of our favorite memories watching that here
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, it was really
The Virginia loss.
it was really fun watching Virginia when I had picked them to win the national championship last year. And I got a lot of flack for that. So
Sorry, do you have it against Virginia this year?
I don't have it against. I mean, I don't think they're going to lose again. Gardner Webb,
Yeah,
watch
I
out for
know.
those Bulldogs. But no, they're gonna win. I have 1 C's across the board too.
Yeah,
And I'm
so did
assuming-
Bennett and I.
Bennett, you okay? Let's move on.
Bennett.
So let's go.
Brennan.
Let's go to the two. I guess the 215s. We'll just keep going like that. So, ladies, I guess starting with Michigan State, Bradley, any of those. What did you say for that?
I chose Michigan State.
Yeah, I did too. I've literally never heard of Bradley.
State.
No, me either.
So that was not helping them for me.
Not helping them.
So Bennett, you picked. Remember between number 2 Michigan State and number 15 Bradley. Do you remember who you picked?
No.
You picked Bradley because you said it has a B. That was your name.
Oh, that's a good reason.
Yeah, that's a good
Their
reason.
logo is just a big B, so he picked Bradley.
Bradley, it sounds kind of like Bennett. It's good.
Yeah,
He
I
actually
think you're
picked
right.
Bradley to win multiple games because of that reason.
I love
I
it.
love the
good.
belief.
And then the other 2 game that you picked an upset for was this one. Remember number 2 Tennessee and number 15 Colgate? Do you remember who you picked in this one? Yeah, Colgate. Why?
Because I know Tennessee's not really good.
Why? How do you know that?
Because LSU beat them.
LSU did beat them. That's true.
There you go.
Informed decision.
I like it.
We did watch that game.
Yeah, and Papa was cheering for LSU, but Dad and me were not. We were cheering for LSU.
Yeah, that Papa was cheering for Tennessee. You mean? Yeah, you're right.
And we were cheering for LSU.
Yeah, it was an overtime game. That was a good game.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and the team going tie.
Yeah, it kept being tied.
Yeah, they kept being tied.
Nice.
Did anybody? Let me throw out this. Did anybody not pick the 2 seed? So we got Michigan, Montana,
No.
Kentucky, Albemarle, Christian, or Tennessee, Colgate, other than Bennett.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Across the board, we can keep going on. 3 seeds. Let's see. 3 seed is LSU Yale is the first one.
Oh, I actually picked Yale.
Ooh, tell
okay.
us more.
I know. Well, you guys, normally I just pick at random, and this year I tried to research, and then I got through the East, and I was pretty tired of researching, so I picked the traditional way. After that, but what I researched about LSU versus Yale is that LSU's head coach is currently suspended,
He is.
and it's kind of thrown off their game.
Okay. I see where you're going.
And also, it looked like LSU didn't do well in their first game of their conference tournament.
That's correct.
That's right. Yeah.
So I went with Yale.
Yeah, so-
Bulldogs, right?
Yeah. Bulldogs.
Thank you.
So very well done. So
Yeah.
statistically on KenPom, he has the of those games, the 14 seeds. Yale has the highest percentage chance of winning by a good bit, almost double
Okay.
everyone else. They have a 20% chance of winning, which is very high for a 14 seed.
That's very high.
Good choice by Noelle.
So if you're going to
Yeah.
pick an upset,
That was the one to
statistically, that's the best one. And he doesn't even have in there the fact that their coach is in trouble and stuff.
Yeah. That's big.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
make me want to change my pick.
Thank you. Well. Yep. Did everyone else pick LSU?
Yeah.
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 Man.
I
I
did,
love
but,
a good upset.
But it's not like that's not that far like of a.
It's not a far-fetched
No, it's
upset.
not far fetched at all. I feel like it's LSU could either, with their coach being suspended, either like really rally around that really well, or they might just kind of fall apart. And it's hard to know until they
They kind
start.
of did both in the conference game.
Yeah.
They like rallied, but then in the end they lost because they were a little discombobulated.
Right. Yeah, and Yale had to win the the Ivy League.
And the Tar
Harvard.
Heels lost against Virginia.
They did lose against Virginia.
Virginia beat the Tar Heels.
Virginia did. The Virginia's a good team. You're right. You are very right. Okay, so other 3. So I guess everybody ever.
And Virginia beat the Huskies twice.
They did.
That is
Virginia's
true.
very good. You're
They
right.
are good.
Okay, so next one, Purdue, Old Dominion, and then what did y'all say for that? Did everyone say Purdue?
I almost like every year I pick Purdue to do pretty well.
Yeah, I do too.
Because I think mostly for name recognition. Like they're always on there. I don't really know what I'm doing. Oh, I see you every year. You must be decent.
Yeah.
Purdue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bennett picked Old Dominion.
Then I picked Old Dominion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Old
man.
upsets. Okay.
Any particular reason, Bennett?
Why'd you pick Old Dominion?
Because I know they beat the Huskies on football. And Wolf was cheering for the Huskies.
Yeah, we were cheering for the Hokies. They did beat us in football.
They
Yeah.
did. Yes.
That was
That's
a sad
memory.
day.
It's a good memory. Yeah, Purdue is one of those. Purdue is one of those teams. I feel like them and Iowa State always like.
They're there.
There's always there. I always write them in. I'm like, I don't even know if I fully believe in them this much, but
Exactly.
they're fully there.
Exactly.
Yeah, Bennett picked Old Dominion to win multiple games.
He did. All right. I like it. I also picked Purdue Boilermakers. The Big Ten was really interesting because I feel like it was kind of down this year a little
Yeah,
bit.
it was significantly, I think.
But they've still got some good teams, but it definitely is. The conferences definitely feel like ACC
Everybody
one,
else.
SEC a little bit second, and then like everybody else.
No
Okay.
comment.
We'll see how true that is after the tournament. That's one of the things I love watching is seeing how the teams drop
Yeah.
and seeing, whoa, we thought the ACC was strong. Turned out they all were just playing each other and they weren't as strong as we thought.
Right. Is
That
it,
could be true.
Is it just like they're beating each other
Yeah,
up?
that's
or
why
they
the
actually-
tournament's really cool to
Yeah,
see how that
it
plays
is very
out.
cool. Okay, just keeping the ball rolling. We're gonna go in the Midwest: Houston, Georgia State. Houston, the AAC, and Georgia State. Who did y'all have?
Houston.
Houston.
Did I have Norfolk State?
You had Georgia State.
Georgia State. All right.
Norfolk State.
Why did you pick Georgia State?
What?
Why'd you pick them?
I don't know.
You
Just felt
liked
right.
them, yeah.
Just one of these gut. Sometimes you just gotta go with your gut. Houston. Okay. All right. Texas Tech, Northern Kentucky. Who'd y'all have?
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
I had Texas Tech.
Yep.
Same.
Red Raiders. Yeah. They're an interesting team. I feel like the Big 12 is definitely down, but I feel like they're a strong team. I feel like they'll actually make a decent little run.
Yeah, I have them going pretty far.
I have them making a decent little run.
They're one of those that could flare out early.
Texas.
I mean, obviously that's true for any team, but
Texas.
I mean, I could easily. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost early, and I wouldn't be surprised if they went far.
Yeah, they do have that. They do have that kind of feel.
Because they won the Big 12 regular season, but then they lost in the conference tournament to West Virginia, so it's kind of a lot of uncertainty, not much consistency. But they're awesome at defense.
Yeah. All right, moving on. 4-13s. All right, I think the table is really gonna like this pick. Virginia Tech, St. Louis. Who did y'all
Who
have?
we pick?
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech.
That's
Virginia
right.
Tech.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep, of course you got to go with the Hokies, right?
Mainly because our friendship with Holden Hours now.
And I picked Virginia Tech.
Good. You are allowed to continue the podcast.
I'm okay. Thank you for letting me continue. I appreciate it. I feel like I would have been kicked out.
Because Virginia Tech is doing really good.
Yeah, we are doing really good this year.
Yeah.
They are doing really
4
good.
seed is amazing.
But Florida State beat the Hokies twice.
That's true. They did. Florida State beat the Hokies twice.
Yeah, Florida State
Both
is.
of them are in overtime too.
Yeah, Florida State's a strong team. I got them as a sleeper going on. No,
Yeah.
they're a good team. Okay, Kansas State, UC Irvine. This was really interesting for me. Who did y'all pick for this?
Let me look and see.
I went
Candice.
UC Irvine.
Me too.
You went to UC Irvine?
Me too.
Me too, actually.
Oh.
Did Bennett? No, he went Kansas.
You went
State.
Kansas
Nick
State.
totally saw my I was researching this game when he came home,
No.
and he was like, "Wait a second, this might be an upset," and I was like, "Yeah."
Kansas State.
Might be.
Did you change your choice?
I had that.
Oh, okay.
Originally,
Okay.
but it was a good pick. Yeah.
Yeah, so UC Irvine has a 27% chance to win, according to Ken
Wow.
Long.
They
So
are.
that's kind of why I went with them. I thought it was worth, and especially in the league that Candice and I have had for so long, it really rewards upset picks.
Yeah.
So I got to take my chances when I
You
get
do,
them.
there's a handful of these type of upsets, and you just got, if you can pick right which
Yeah.
ones they are. Also, I went with them because, and I'm gonna finish my thought, and we'll come to you, Bennett. UC Irvine is a senior team. They've only lost like 3 times.
Wow.
I think they're like 30-3. And Kansas State, as of right now, as far as I know, they did really well in the Big 12, but they're missing like their best player, and they're a very different team.
Yeah.
So I thought a senior-led team, even though they're from a smaller conference, they'll keep going. But Bennett, what was your thought?
I picked Kansas State.
You picked Kansas State. Why did you pick Kansas State?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Did you know that UC Irvine were anteaters?
I saw an
Does that
anteater
change your
at
mind?
saw one at
mascot
the
is
zoo
an
the other
anteater?
day.
There we go.
You,
Nice.
if you get that one right, you beat all of us
In that pick.
in
yeah.
that pick because we all picked the other thing.
I know. So you're really gonna want to cheer for Kansas State because you'll get a point over all of us.
Maybe.
All right, staying in Kansas, we're gonna go Kansas Northeastern.
Kansas.
Yeah,
Kansas.
Kansas. You have to pretty much. I think.
Yeah, they're a lot lower this year.
Yeah, they are.
Than
Bennett,
normal.
Bennett and I both picked Kansas.
Yeah, both the Kansas. Okay. All right, we're gonna keep the ball rolling. Let's see, Florida State, Vermont.
Yeah,
Florida State.
Florida State.
Yep. Bennett has Florida State in his Final Four.
Oh.
Oh.
Big
I went
release.
Florida State.
Florida State.
I'm looking for it on my paper.
It's in.
It's sorry, we're in the west.
West.
It's in the west, the bottom left.
Mixing it up. Gotcha.
So I think I need to get for Florida State, right?
That's right, because you picked them.
Okay, Florida State.
Florida State. It's hard to pick Florida State, but
I don't know.
they're good. And
I would
so-
like them to lose just so we don't have to hear them.
chanting.
Yeah.
They do, for
I
the
feel
record.
that way about Ohio State.
Sorry, Ohio State fans listening. But not that sorry, because I cheer for Michigan. Yeah, Florida State has that cheer where they play it the whole game. I've been to,
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Okay, now we got the big 5-12, which is the big traditional,
5-12, it's so fun.
upsets.
So I just read about the 5-12 traditional upset and a theory that has now changed because of the play-in games. And now it's shifted to the 11-6 matchup because a lot of the teams that used to be slotted in 12s are now slotted in 11s.
Right,
And because of the
play-in.
play-in game. And that is statistically held true. There's been a lot more 11-6 upsets than there were previous years. And there's been a lot less 12-5 upsets than there was previous years.
That's
since the
interesting.
play-in games have started.
That's very interesting. I don't like the playing games, for the record.
They're going on right now. We should be watching.
I know we should be.
The 16 seeds are playing each other
So
as we
committed to
speak.
your listeners.
Maybe I'm a little bitter that Clemson's not in. Or maybe it's because Clemson's really bad and they shouldn't have been in.
But Clemson did beat the Huskies.
I know, that was like our one good win.
Yeah.
Bennett. But you guys are
forgot
in.
about that.
So, yeah.
Thanks for the reminder.
It's there. Bennett's memory's always there.
Twice they did, but Clemson did beat the Huskies
Yeah.
twice.
Y'all weren't bad. It just wasn't your best season.
Wasn't the year. We had a lot of chances and we squandered most of them. So 5-12. We're gonna start Mississippi State Liberty. I went Mississippi State on this.
Okay.
I felt confident on
Which one
that.
did I
Same.
Same, Candice, same.
Yeah, same.
Mississippi State.
Yeah, Mississippi State.
Mississippi
and
State.
Bennett picked Mississippi State as
Mississippi
well.
State. All right.
Because who went to Mississippi State, Bennett? Do you remember? Dak Prescott. And he's a
Quarterback.
Cowboys fan.
Cowboys.
And
Do you like the Cowboys, Bennett? You
And
big
Dak
fan?
Prescott's is really strong.
He is strong.
He is very strong. Interesting. All right, we all do the 5-12. We're going to go to the right on the bracket to the south. It's Wisconsin, Oregon. What did y'all say for
What was
this?
it?
Oregon. I got Oregon winning
got-
2 games.
You got
Really?
Oregon.
What?
You have Oregon.
I have Wisconsin going far.
I definitely have
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
You picked Oregon too.
You picked
I
Oregon.
picked
You picked
Oregon.
Oregon too. I struggled with this game. Honestly, the South bracket was actually kind of hard at times.
I do
Um,
agree with that.
It was just some awkward teams. I'm like, someone has to advance, but I kind of wanted to say nobody advanced.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
I went with Oregon too.
Really?
I did. I didn't feel great about Wisconsin. I know that they don't.
Wisconsin.
They basically have one guy who's like on offense, and they kind of
Ethan Happ.
Yeah, Ethan Happ.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just didn't feel great about it. But Wisconsin's not a bad pick. It's just like it's just one of those like toss up. It's just I don't feel great about either, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I feel like I looked at Oregon's season and I wasn't very impressed.
No, they didn't have the strongest season. They've been hot recently. That's why
Yeah,
they're
they're hot recently, which I value.
Okay.
Good.
And the only top 25 team they played, they won.
Okay.
Whereas Wisconsin's 3-5 against top 25
Yeah.
teams.
Maybe
Gotcha.
I definitely need to put question marks next to these picks.
You can't be stealing my picks. We got steak on the line.
Maybe she wants to avoid the chicken.
Hashtag avoid the chicken. Okay. Okay, next one. We're going to go 5-12, Auburn and New Mexico State.
Auburn. For sure.
Bennett has New Mexico State.
Oh, I do too.
Really?
Aggies?
I just don't like Auburn.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fair.
I have Auburn.
You have Auburn? Okay, I have Auburn as well.
I picked for with the heart. I was like, I just can't cheer for
That's
Auburn.
okay.
That's okay.
I get that. Yeah, I was honestly surprised they won the SEC. I was like, I thought they were gonna the SEC tournament. Excuse me.
Yeah.
They like got really hot, and I really
Yep.
thought that. So I was
They're
impressed.
5-0 in their last 5 games.
Yeah, I was impressed with that. So I kept them going.
And it seemed like the analytics always say that the offensive efficiency is a big deal when it comes to March Madness, and they're in the top 15 in offensive
They're
efficiency.
top 15. Yeah, they've been traditionally they're very athletic. They're definitely a very athletic team, and if they can put it all together. Was it?
And they were supposed to be even better than they were from
Auburn?
a loss perspective, yeah. So we'll see how they
Okay.
finish out.
All right, so now we've got 5-12. We've got Marquette and Murray State. Marquette, and then with Murray State, this is Ja Morant, who's a top 3 potential draft pick. The Ja Morants. So who did y'all have?
I picked Murray State because
That
I've only
one's
seen 2 people dunk over somebody before. and he was one of them.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
So, and I think like
Which one did
traditionally in the tournament, if you have like one of the best players, you're going to go really far.
See what's on
That's
So
true.
I picked him to at least win one game, and Bennett picked Marquette.
Bennett picked Marquette. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
It
I
was
have
difficult.
Marquette.
You have Marquette?
Yeah.
It was difficult.
I do it
Because
too.
I did watch videos of that guy dunking, and I
Oh,
was
you
like,
did.
man, that is
pretty good.
crazy.
Yeah.
But it seemed like Marquette was the more well-rounded team, so I went with Marquette.
I like that analysis. That's kind of how I felt too. I went with Marquette. I feel like they're, they felt like more of a complete team. But this one was the scary 5-12. Like it's where you're
Yeah.
picking the 5, but you're like, this 12 is going to
See, in that case, you should just go with the 12.
I know,
Because then
I
you're going
know.
to kick yourself if the 12 wins.
But like, then it's like, I don't know. I've always like,
Man,
I've had
you
family
people
go to,
are killing me.
I've had family go to Marquette, and I was just like, you know what? Dwayne Wade went to Marquette. I'm going to stick with it.
Candice is going to end up having the exact same bracket as me by the end of this podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Y'all should have promised not to change after
Yeah,
the
yeah.
podcast.
We should maybe retroactively put that in.
Now we're doing this. Moving on to 6-11. So we're picking this on Tuesday night. So we are not watching the playing games.
No.
So,
The
No, neither is
sacrifices
anybody
we
else.
make
Neither is
for your
anybody else.
listeners, Nick.
huh?
The sacrifices we make for your listeners.
I know the brackets are in before.
Yeah.
Bennett, do you remember which one you picked, Maryland or Belmont?
I don't know.
You picked Belmont.
I picked Belmont.
It's Belmont.
I
Strong
also
pick.
picked Belmont/Temple.
Same.
Same.
We don't even know what team
You
is
too?
playing them.
I did too,
What
actually.
about you?
I picked Maryland.
Ooh,
picked Maryland,
alone
alright.
Maryland.
Yeah, I
So if
did.
that happens, you're way up on the rest of us.
We just hate Maryland apparently
One
because we don't
way.
even know who they're playing, but yeah, we're picking against them.
I'm picking against it. I made
I
this-
just have not heard anything about Maryland all year,
They've done poorly.
and they're in our conference.
Or compared to what they've just been up and down.
Yeah, I know they have a really. Yeah, they're supposed
They're
to have a really good
underachieving.
play. They're just underachieving a little bit. Not that they can't do well. I definitely made this pick saying that Belmont's going to win. I think Belmont's going to win the playing game and this game. Okay, now I think we finished all that. So now we're doing 6-11. Villanova, the defending national champion, who's actually won 2 of the last 3 years, and they're playing St. Mary's, who beat Gonzaga in the conference championship. So this is a tough one.
That is
So-
tough.
What does the committee say?
I really value the winning your conference championship just as a sign for success going into the tournament.
I cheered for that one.
Yeah, Bennett picked Villanova. That's true. Good
Better
memory.
pick Villanova. Okay.
But I picked St. Mary's because, like I said, I think Villanova's down a little bit. St. Mary's is hot, and then Ken Palm backed me up with the stats behind it, so I went with St. Mary's.
I just can't imagine Villanova out in the first round.
No.
that'd be really hard.
Fair point.
Yeah. Alex is very strong on the Ken Palm. So it's very much if the team defense is Ken Palm, he's going with that. But that is a good pick. But I picked Villanova for the same reason, Candice. I was
It's
just like
out on the first round.
they're not as
Yeah.
good, but I can't not have them go at least.
Of all of the Ken Palm picks, that one is the strongest. He only has Villanova as a 52% chance of winning.
Whoa.
So when it comes to upset, like getting your bang for
Yeah.
your buck on points, picking an upset, that was the main one that stuck out.
Well,
Really, that was one of the
that will be
only ones.
very interesting to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
Hopefully,
Or
or Villanova can just blow them out.
They could. We'll see.
Okay, 6-11. We're going with the Midwest, bottom right of the bracket. It's Iowa State and Ohio State.
Yeah, I picked
This one felt weird. I'm not going
It
to
is
lie. This
weird.
is a weird
I
one.
agree.
I picked Ohio State.
Oh.
Yes, you did.
I
Okay,
picked Iowa. Y'all know how I feel.
Same.
I picked Ohio
For the
State.
same reason.
Same reason.
Just like get out of here.
Pick Ohio State.
Goodbye.
That one?
Yeah, you just like their logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Bennett went for logo. It's a strong
Yeah.
logo.
He
Okay,
probably recognized them from football.
I recognize him from football. That's fair.
What'd you
Yeah.
do,
He
Nick?
has Ohio State in his Elite Eight.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's because I know them because they're in my talking map.
Oh, that's why. He has a map where he pushes the different states.
And it tells him
tells
like
him-
Buckeyes.
Yeah, it tells him this is the Buckeye State.
Buckeye State. Okay, I like that.
Ohio.
Go with what
That's
you know.
why. Talking map. Talking map pick. I go with Ken Palm. He goes with a talking map.
Apple's not far from the tree.
I don't know if a talking map it's on my play ball, and then I go with the doggy mat to play in my room.
When you're playing in your room, you do your talking map. That's good, Bennett.
So fun. I went with Iowa State. Did not feel great about this, but Iowa State
Feel
won.
good about it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Until now.
They
Why not?
Because they're
Like-
all like, no.
well.
Oh, I think we're.
The reason why I said it is because they're very hot recently. Like they won the Big 12. Kind of a little surprisingly. The
Iowa.
tournament. Iowa State won they won the Big
Yeah,
12.
but before that, they lost 5 of their 6 regular season games.
Yes, but
So
also
they lost 5 of their last 6, and then they just won all of the tournament games. So it's just
Yeah.
very strange.
It's just a
redemption.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's redemption. Yeah,
I have them winning a lot of games.
Yeah, they're hot.
No.
So you're.
that's what I mean. It's one of those teams you like either they could like fizzle out or they could just keep
Yeah.
riding that wave on. Like
Well, the
Michigan did.
reason why, maybe we'll get to later. Yeah, we'll get to it later. Continue.
Okay.
We're gonna keep this going. All right. This is another playing game. Buffalo, Arizona State / St. John. It's a mouthful.
We all picked Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I normally do love St. John, but
Yeah.
I picked Buffalo.
went for Buffalo. Yeah.
I went Buffalo too. Buffalo. Okay. Consensus. We're gonna keep the ball rolling.
Awesome.
Okay.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. 7-10s. Excuse me. 7-10. Louisville, Minnesota.
Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah, I picked
Ooh, I went Minnesota.
You went Minnesota.
I'm just kind of done with Louisville.
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
picked that one.
That's a fair. It's not like it's definitely one of those picks you're like I'm trying to pick to win.
I picked
Yeah.
Louisville.
Not
I
that
picked
simple.
Louisville.
Yeah.
You picked Louisville too. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Because Louisville's really good.
Louisville is pretty
Plus,
good.
like, you also have to look ahead a little bit.
And they beat the
Like, I guess I didn't imagine that Louisville would.
Louisville
Hold on,
beat
mommy's
the
turn. I didn't imagine that they would keep going if I picked Louisville, so I thought, well, I may as well just pick Minnesota.
Gotcha.
You might as well try for it if
Because
it,
I think my
One's gonna
2
be
is gonna
Michigan.
keep.
it's a low risk. Yeah.
I
see what
gotcha.
you did
That's
there.
smart.
Looking ahead.
That's
Looking ahead.
smart.
I
It's not like I
that.
picked them to go to the Final Four. So.
Yeah. Cincinnati, Iowa. Another Midwest is the 7. Cincinnati is very tenacious and a strong defense.
Wait, what quadrant are you in?
Sorry, I didn't say it. We're
I
in
mean
south.
Yeah.
We're going to the right, south to Cincinnati, Iowa.
Yep.
This is one Bennett should talk to. Bennett, do you remember picking Cincinnati?
I did pick Cincinnati.
Yeah, he picked them to go to the Final Four.
Oh.
Okay, tell
Why
us
did you
how.
pick Cincinnati?
I did that last
Why do
year.
you like Cincinnati?
I don't like them.
You don't like them, but you picked them. Why'd you
picked
pick
them
them?
to go to the Final Four. Why?
Because they're really good.
Because you like their logo?
No, because they're really good.
Is it because they beat the Hokies in the bowl game?
Maybe. I don't know.
So unknown pick, but he picked Cincinnati a lot. And I kept saying,
Loving the
you picking
pick.
Cincinnati again? He said, yep. I said, okay.
Hey, the man knows what
I think
he
it's
wants.
because they play Tennessee. He doesn't like Tennessee. They play Virginia. He doesn't like Virginia.
Oh, it's
so
the
like it just
opponent.
kind of
Okay.
Defaulted to
Defaulted.
Cincinnati.
Okay. I picked Cincinnati. Everybody else?
I
How'd
picked
you pick?
Iowa.
Iowa?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Okay.
So either Bennett or Candice will be very upset after that game because one of them will be getting that wrong. And if it's Bennett, they would know.
Okay.
I really hurt him.
All right. So now
Well, if I went in, I think I'd be happy.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
would be happy. Yeah.
If I
All right. We're going to
Yeah.
the local star
Midwest.
Woo-hoo.
in the Midwest. Wofford Seton Hall.
Had to go with
I
Wofford.
Of course,
Yeah.
Wofford.
This was Wofford.
Bennett picked Wofford because he said Uncle Ben likes them because he thought it was Radford. And then after a couple picks of Wofford, I said, "Why? What?" And then I clarified, "It's Radford." And he said, "But I think Uncle Ben still likes them," and picked Wofford again. So he has Wofford going a good ways, beating Kentucky.
You know Wofford's near here, right, Bennett?
In Spartanburg.
No, it's in
They're
Spartanburg.
really
Yeah,
close
it's kind of
by.
it's near Greenville.
That's actually where the Carolina Panthers train. The football team.
So they have
That's also really good.
they have a top 15 offense, and they're hot right now too. But the thing with them is they haven't won any games against the top 25 teams that they played. They went 0-3.
They went 0-3.
Yeah, but they're one of those teams that I feel like I've heard a lot of people picking them to upset. to win against Seton Hall and then maybe beat Kentucky even.
I like it. Okay, Nevada, Florida. We're in the West. 7-10.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida.
That's the one pick, like you were describing one earlier, you felt like kind of
What
shaky.
Florida
That was
did
that
I-
one because
did
we
I-
both picked Florida.
I picked Florida.
You picked Florida?
Because they, I don't know, like they almost didn't get in and then they beat LSU, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was. They were in the tournament. They
Yeah. And they've done well in the past couple years in March Madness, so I picked them.
Yeah.
I picked Nevada.
You picked Nevada. Okay. Any reason you just went with it? Okay. I like it. Some of these picks are honestly just they kind of come down to gut a little bit too.
Yep.
You know?
Especially when you're getting to where we're getting 7-10s and 8-9s.
It's a weird, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like a toss up. It gets a little bit. Okay, so let's see. We have 8-9. Now this one I'm repping this T-shirt. We got VCU. We got the three acronyms: VCU and UCF.
Oh, that's rough.
So that's rough. So I'm gonna give mine away. I did pick VCU since I'm wearing the shirt.
You did?
I did. Yeah. I felt like I picked them. That was definitely a homer pick. I didn't even look at this game. I just
Yeah.
I
wanted
picked
VCU.
UCF.
Picked UCF.
Yeah.
And this is the UCF has the big guy Taco Fall, who's
Yeah.
7'6".
Yeah. That's what I found out.
All
Today,
right.
this
you found
morning.
it today. There you go.
Yeah, apparently he has between 2 and 3 blocks every game.
There you go. I love it.
I went with VCU. I mean, we're from Virginia, from Richmond. However, because of that, I have noticed that VCU has good moxie. Every time they're in, they have good
That's
moxie.
not true. I picked them one year and they got me in trouble. They lost early.
No, they have
Oh,
good
really?
moxie.
They did.
I'm sticking. That's
you
one of
pick
my
VCU?
story.
I picked VCU this year.
I'm the only one that picked
They have a good
UCF?
defense.
You're the only
my-
one that's never lived in
my
Virginia.
dad said
I
they're
picked
good.
the
I never
Knights.
watched them.
I am the only one who's never lived
You
in
picked
Virginia.
UCF.
High five, Bennett! There we go.
There you
We're
go.
on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't think I informed them that VCU's from Richmond, Virginia. Did you know that? Do you want to change your pick?
I don't think I do. I don't know.
Okay, you don't have
Okay.
to.
Just stick with it.
Stick with
Yeah.
it.
These 8-9.
Yeah.
These
Unlike
8.
your mom. Who keeps changing her picks whenever she hears a
Just
good
putting
tidbit.
question marks next to them. That's all.
Some shade being there.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're gonna keep
It's a
going.
vicious competition.
Stakes on the line.
Yeah.
8-9. Ole Miss, Oklahoma. This was a weird one.
It was a very. I felt
Yeah,
weird.
they're
I
both-
felt weird.
I like when I researched one, I was like, oh, definitely not picking them. Then I reached the other, I was like, definitely not picking them. So I had to pick someone. I just picked Oklahoma.
You picked Oklahoma.
Where are we?
I went with Ole Miss.
I did too, but I don't
Okay.
really.
I picked
good.
Oklahoma.
Okay. This felt like a toss-up one. This
Yeah, it was. Neither of their seasons were like amazing.
Yeah. And remember when Bennett picked, he said, I said, why are you picking Oklahoma? He said, because the other one has Miss.
I never even thought of that before, but that's a good reason. I like it.
I didn't pick this, right?
That's
They
right.
miss baskets.
Yeah.
Does Old Miss miss baskets?
Yeah, you picked Oklahoma.
This is
Me
one.
too.
This is one I wanted to vote and just say, can both of them not be in the tournament?
Yeah.
Did all of us pick Oklahoma?
I picked Ole Miss. So I might be the only one who picked Ole Miss.
Yeah.
No, I did too.
You did too. Okay.
How
Great mind thinks alike.
did
Okay.
You did it?
8-9. Utah State. We're in the Midwest. Utah State, Washington.
Again, kind of weird vibes for me. Yeah. What?
Sounds like it's an intense decision for you. Life decision.
So I went with Washington.
I went with Washington.
Based on nothing but vibes.
But
Bennett
vibes.
also went with Washington. I picked Utah State. I forget why.
I also picked Utah State.
So State.
I don't remember anything about researching this game, actually.
Honestly, yeah, this is another weird one. Honestly, the Pac-12 has been down, and so I just didn't feel great about picking.
When we
Yeah, and Utah State.
When
Yeah.
will we see the tires and the Huskies?
Soon.
So I don't know. I didn't have the moving on, so I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Well,
pick one.
good news is it doesn't matter too much.
Because they're just going to get beat by North
Yes,
Carolina.
Yeah,
exactly.
pretty much. She
Yeah.
wants to lose to North Carolina by 15.
Yeah.
That's right.
So okay, Syracuse, Baylor in the West.
I went with Syracuse just because I like theirs in defense in the March Madness tournament.
North Carolina.
It is a little bit
You
of a
mean
curveball.
That one was
Their
hard.
zone defense. What did I say?
in the March Madness tournament?
Yeah, they always do
Last
March
year.
Madness with
Previously.
their zone defense. I think.
Okay.
Because they play a little bit different defense than most
Yeah.
teams play, so it's a little bit different to look at.
Yeah, and I could even see them giving Gonzaga a little bit of a fit if they make it there. But yeah, I picked Syracuse. Bennett picked Baylor.
Okay, I went with Syracuse as well.
Me too.
Same.
Syracuse. All right. I think that's all the first round. Did I miss anything?
Nice, you guys.
There
we
we
only
go.
disagreed a couple times.
Yeah.
That might be all of it.
There we go. Okay, so we're gonna keep this going. Move into the second round. So second round now, it's gonna be a little bit different depending on who we picked. So I guess everybody just quickly announce as we keep going on. Quickly announce who you're picking against, and then who you're gonna send on to the Sweet 16. Does that sound good?
Are we doing like someone does East?
I guess yeah. Let's just do that's a good rule. We'll everyone just do like their one region from now on. So if we start in the East, like say Noelle, and then she'll do all 4 of those games in the East.
Okay.
Let Bennett do the East.
Let Bennett
Yeah,
do the East. Okay,
do
we're gonna let
it.
Bennett go
'Cause there's
first.
Virginia Tech.
There is Virginia Tech. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Bennett. Do you remember who you picked in Duke and UCF
No.
to win? You picked Duke.
I picked Duke.
Me too.
Why'd you pick Duke?
Because I think because they beat the Tigers or something.
Yeah, they did beat the Tar Heels recently. That's true. Who'd you pick in Virginia Tech, Mississippi State?
I think the Huskies.
Yeah, of course, the Hokies.
Me too. We have the same bracket right now.
That was a good pick, by the way. We know that one's going to be right. All right, what about LSU versus Belmont? Who you picked?
I don't know.
You picked LSU because you think LSU's really good because you saw them beat Tennessee.
I did.
And Louisville versus Bradley.
Why do we?
Yep, that's who you picked because they had a beat.
I think I changed my mind of something.
Oh, which one do you want to pick now? You want to pick Louisville? Okay.
I think that's a
Alright.
good call.
Changed pick right
He
there.
went with his gut.
He went
Okay.
with his first change, official change
I
of
hope
the
our facial
podcast.
reactions didn't affect that.
Why did you want to
Mine,
change it?
I don't know.
You just felt like it was a good choice.
I like it. You
I
know.
think it's a good call.
All right. I like that, Bennett.
Are we? Can he want him to go Elite Eight? There's 2 more games if I do that.
Sure. We can.
All right, let's do that.
Let's just keep going. Yeah.
All right. So Duke, Virginia Tech. This one we were cruising along, filling out the bracket, and then we hit this one, and Bennett said, Bennett said, "That's a hard one."
Aww.
I was like, if Bennett hesitates, you know it's a problem. So who'd you pick in this one? Do you remember who you picked between Virginia Tech and Duke?
Duke?
No, you picked Virginia Tech.
Yes.
Do you want to stick with that pick? The Hokies? You think the Hokies are going to beat Duke?
Let's see if they do.
That sounds good.
All right.
So yeah, he is Virginia Tech going
Because
to finals.
Because I don't know, because both of them are doing good.
That's true. And then LSU Louisville, you picked LSU.
I didn't change my mind on that one.
Oh, you changed it again? You want to go with Louisville again? Something about Louisville's catching your eye here.
Louisville's
Wow.
hitting that.
All right, so he has Virginia Tech and Louisville in his Elite Eight.
Nice.
That'll be a 4 seed and a 7 seed.
Okay. All
That
right.
would be
Okay.
fun. Fun night.
So Bennett, who do you have winning that game? Who's going to go to the Final Four out of those 2 teams?
The Hokies or Louisville?
Louisville?
No, you picked the Hokies.
Huskies? Change my mind that one?
What is
I'm
this?
gonna have to cut you off right
Yeah.
there.
Actually, no.
You're being
Okay.
too impulsive.
No.
He's changed his mind
Okay.
back.
He knows-
Changed
he's
his
knowing
mind
to
back.
quit. He's
He
knowing
came
to
to
quit.
his senses. He just needed some prompting.
There you go. All right. So he has Virginia Tech making the Final Four of the East.
Yeah.
Right. Alex, why don't you keep going with your picks since you're right there?
Okay, you want me to go East or a different one?
We can keep going East.
I'm
Okay.
curious, who'd you end with on these?
So yeah, who I ended with on the East was Duke. Virginia Tech was probably the hardest pick for me because I really do. I'm a homer, obviously, but I do think Virginia Tech has great upset potential because we're one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league. Free throw shooting, our defense is really good. Those things usually add up for good upsets. And our best player, our leader, Justin Robinson's coming back from
Is he
injury.
back?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a big deal.
Yeah. So that
Yeah,
one.
he's coming back.
He's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And so I ended up picking Duke in that one, just because of the Zion factor. But I do have them losing their next game to Michigan State because I think Duke is more beatable than people are thinking.
Duke is always beatable.
Yeah, especially because they can't shoot this year. Like they can't shoot
they
3-pointers.
can't shoot.
So I think they're more beatable than people think they are just because they're fascinated by Zion. So I wanted someone to beat them earlier than most people have them, and that ended up having to be Michigan State. So I went with Michigan State because, as my brother says, they're always a good choice in March Madness.
They are. All right.
Nice.
So
like
Michigan
it.
State's my Final Four.
Michigan State Final Four.
Yep.
All right, Noelle, who do you have in the East?
I have Duke.
You have Duke.
I
Okay.
had Duke versus Michigan State, and Duke going to the Final Four.
That's a bummer. I am wearing a puke basketball shirt, by the way.
He is wearing a puke basketball shirt for
And this making fun of you.
Yep.
It is.
Yep.
It is wearing
It's pretty funny,
And
right?
on the back it says you are babies. Duke is babies.
His babies.
And
No.
you guys are babies.
So we know how Bennett feels about Duke.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty strongly.
I know.
I don't
I
know
like
if he's gonna
that.
like my bracket very much.
Well, he'll like it once you get it wrong.
Yeah. There you go. Anything else you want to say about the East, Noelle? Or do you just feel good about Duke?
I feel good about it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mine
Candice.
is pretty much a clone of Alex's, I think, at this point for the East.
We already knew that. You were changing your picks the whole time.
I have not put any question marks in the East. I feel confident about the East.
Because it matches mine.
True, good point.
So you have Duke, Michigan State?
No. Oh. Okay, I lied. I have Virginia Tech, Michigan State.
Oh, okay.
I have Virginia Tech upsetting Duke.
Oh, just like Bennett. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
And I think, you know what? We beat them once this season.
Yeah, that's true.
We hate them.
Yeah, we'll do
Let's
it
stick
again.
it to them.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. I don't want to cheer for Duke, so
No.
gotta pick them to
No.
lose. And
Yeah.
normally it goes well for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it
right.
does,
They
it
lose
does.
early most of the time.
So
They either win the whole thing or they lose early.
yeah,
right.
they're very like
Yeah.
they definitely swing for the fences. All right, with mine, just to finish out the East, after I had Belmont, I had I had the higher seeds winning. So I had
Okay.
Duke, Virginia Tech, LSU, Michigan State, and I had Duke, Michigan State in my Elite Eight.
Okay.
And I went with Duke. I feel good about it. I think the Zion factor, him being back, is really huge.
Oh, it's
I don't love Duke, but I'm trying to win. So I went with
Same
Duke.
here.
well,
I
I'll be
don't
cheering
have
hard
any
for Duke
beef
to
against
lose.
Duke, so
Yeah.
I'm okay
Also,
with winning.
yeah.
That's sad. We can talk after.
Yeah, one of my college friends does their social media stuff for basketball, so I don't know.
Throw them a bone.
Don't have a bun. So okay, let's move to the South to the beloved Cavaliers. Just kidding. All right, who did y'all have with the rest of that second round through the Final Four? I guess let's start with Bennett again.
Bennett had Virginia going to the Elite Eight against Cincinnati. And
Wow.
then Cincinnati beating Virginia because he said Virginia's really good. And he has Old Dominion in his Elite Eight again because they beat the Hokies in football. And yeah, I think that's all in it there.
That's
Anything you
an
want to say about
interesting quadrant for you, buddy.
Virginia, Cincinnati in the Elite Eight, Bennett?
I don't know.
Yeah, remember that was the one he didn't know why he picked Cincinnati, but he was just feeling it. For
He just-
me,
He loves the
Well, that was
Midwest
a hard
teams.
one too.
It was
that
a hard
one. Yeah, Cincinnati, Virginia. That's a tough one.
Because they're both really good.
Yeah. For me, I had Virginia, Tennessee, and I have Virginia winning. So I went pretty much.
Virginia, Tennessee, and your Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you
then
went
Virginia
chalk,
winning. Yeah,
as
pretty
I
much
say.
went chalk. Again, I had Oregon winning 2 games though, so there's normally 2 double-digit seeds that make it into the Elite Eight round. So I try to pick 2 or 3 to make
Okay.
it to the Elite Eight, and they are one of my double-digit seeds.
One of the double digits.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Noelle.
I had Virginia Purdue in the Elite Eight, and I actually went with Purdue.
Oh, Boilermakers. Okay. Anything particular about it?
Just more of a feeling of not wanting to pick the top seed for every single
Yeah.
region.
No, that's fair.
That's fair.
Because that's very rare for all
It's
four
only
of them,
happened
right?
once ever.
Yeah, I was like, it's not very.
Once you have to make a peanut is Nick and Daddy.
That's true. And it's statistically a 13% chance of happening that Purdue wins the
And
final.
the only one who
Okay.
has to make a
UVA is 50%.
Alright, I picked mine based on hatred more than I did on like, and so I have Ole Miss beating UVA in the Sweet 16
Okay.
because I just can't with UVA, and I'm like, you know what? You guys might psych yourselves out after last year.
Yep, and they lost.
I
doesn't
don't
go down.
think, just what I know of UVA, they are not street smart. Like, I can see them getting psyched out. They only have brains, no moxie. Opposite of ECU. So I said, down with UVA. Goodbye. But then the rest of my South is just weird because of that. And so in my Elite Eight, I have Wisconsin and Tennessee,
That's not fine.
with Tennessee going to the
Yeah.
Final Four.
That's fine.
I think that's a good pick.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nana.
So with mine, I like that. With mine, I did pick UVA. This one, it was definitely a reluctant UVA. I
Well, yeah,
definitely
after
went only as
last
far as
year,
I could. I'm
burned.
still a little bitter about
Yeah,
last
a lot
year.
of people are low on them
Burned.
now after seeing them. They were high, and then once they lost in the ACC tournament, they're really low on
They
them.
got
feel-
to
I
see
feel
the
like-
truth.
I feel like where I have them is fair, but I did pick UVA. Another big one is I had the 12-13 matchup was one of my round two. So that's why I had to pick between them. I went with
Yeah.
UC Irvine.
Okay, I did
I
the
think-
same
I like
12-13, but I went with Oregon.
You went to Oregon.
Yeah.
I had to pick
Yeah.
one of them, and I felt Irvine to be the hot team. I went with Nova upsetting Purdue. Well, upsetting
Okay.
them, the 6 beating the 3. I felt like Nova had enough left in the tank from the past couple years to make it to the Sweet 16. But
Okay.
that's all I had with them. And then I had UVA Tennessee, and I had Tennessee moving on. I think they've. I think what's going to happen. I think with them losing actually the conference tournament,
Yeah.
that actually they'll give them a little bit more motivation, and that people will like underrate them now.
Okay.
So I like
Okay.
Tennessee. I have Tennessee going to the Final Four.
Okay.
I
Okay.
like it.
Or we'll say Ken Palm has UVA as the favorite, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, but he doesn't really know their true colors. Not like we do, us Hokies.
The computer can't calculate that in. That's true.
All right, let's go to Carolina's bracket, the Midwest.
Midwest.
Midwest. Let's go. Yeah, I guess we can keep going. Let's keep going. Let's go Bennett's first. UNC's bracket. Who do you have?
So Bennett, of course, went with North Carolina because they're a really good team. And like I said, he went Wofford for a couple picks there, so that's in the Elite Eight. And Ohio State. And I don't think we remember why you picked Ohio State.
No, he likes it on his map. His talking
Oh,
map.
that's right, his talking map.
Talking map,
So he
yeah.
has North Carolina, Ohio State in the Elite Eight.
North Carolina's also in
The
my
talking.
talking map.
Oh, they are? Sweet. Yeah, that's true. So talking map North Carolina versus talking map Ohio State, and he picked North Carolina to win and go to the Final Four. And then for me, I had chalk except Auburn beating Kansas, which is a 5/4, so no big deal there. And then I almost went Houston over Kentucky, but I didn't. I went North Carolina, Kentucky because I would just love to see that. And then North Carolina going to the Final Four. So
Okay.
nothing really to note that's different. Yeah.
Nothing's bad. Okay. All right, Miss Noelle.
I really Mrs. Noelle.
Mrs. Noelle.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I really wanted to pull for Wofford, just with them being local and them having such a good year.
Do it.
So I pulled for Wofford over Kentucky,
Me too.
hoping
Same reason.
that they'll.
I got
kinda
to
be
walk for two.
Yeah.
That's
Hoping
true.
they'll
We are
be-
outnumbered here. Kentucky people are outnumbered.
Yeah.
There's 3 Wofford picks.
Hoping they're going to be the Cinderella story of the season. And then I have them beating Houston and actually making it to the Elite Eight. And then they'd play North Carolina, and I chose North Carolina to be in.
Good choice.
I want North Carolina too.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
But
I
it's
like it.
similar to Noelle. North Carolina continues on, and then Wofford over Kentucky. So that's a interesting pick. But then I do have Iowa State going really far to the Elite Eight over Wofford.
Okay. All
I
right.
think
But then losing to
My
UNC.
pants.
Those are UNC.
Okay.
It seems like we have some different, little similar, but a little bit different. But we always end up with UNC.
Yeah.
So the road maybe a little different, but we're always going to end up
That's
with UNC because that's what happened to me too. But to know, I also had Auburn over Kansas, which for Kansas losing in the second round would be interesting. And I also had Wofford beating Kentucky. I wasn't as high on them this year, and I like the Terriers. Let's see what happens.
So literally, I'm the only one who picked Kentucky.
I think, yeah, Alex is the one who picked Kentucky. But this was a little hard because I just,
It's hard.
it's nice to like write in some different names farther
Agreed.
down. Honestly,
is.
I
Agreed.
got tired of writing all the blue bloods. So, anyway, I went with UNC though. I'm sorry, Houston beating Wofford in the Sweet 16,
Okay.
and then UNC winning. So that's
That'll be a
what I got.
fun game for us to watch.
Yeah,
I hope Wofford wins.
nice. All right, we're gonna move on to the West. So, Bennett, Alex, what does y'all's West look like?
So my West looks like Gonzaga, Texas Tech in the Elite Eight.
Okay.
So Texas Tech, again, I mentioned them before. I kind of just went with them, did a little bit of research on them. They have good defense. I don't know. This bracket was my least confident, which doesn't always correlate to the most accurate. But I'm, thinking Texas Tech, Gonzaga. Other than that, I had chalk. So,
Okay.
And then I ended up with Gonzaga beating Texas Tech just because I felt like picking Texas Tech to go to the Final Four would be a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Not completely, but
Not completely.
I needed someone to also beat Michigan State in the Final Four. I didn't want Michigan State in the finals, so I had to go Gonzaga.
Okay.
So hopefully Gonzaga doesn't let me down.
There you
Make
go.
it to the finals again.
Who did Bennett have?
Oh yeah, Bennett had Florida State, Texas Tech.
Okay.
I
Because
don't hate that.
he had Baylor beating Gonzaga, and then he likes Florida State.
No, I don't like fourth.
Okay, you don't like Florida State, but you picked them to win because you saw they were.
You
really
think they're a
good
good team, but you
Yeah.
don't cheer for them.
Let the record show that Bennett does not like Florida State. He picks Florida State.
Yes.
Big difference.
Big difference.
So he has Florida State going to the Final Four and playing the Hokies in a rematch.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
ACC
good.
rematch. All right.
So I like the Huskies beating Fourth State.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Mine was
Don't
really
spoil it.
similar. I had Gonzaga and Texas Tech in the Elite Eight, and then I picked Gonzaga.
Sounds good.
Mine's a little different. I have Michigan beating Texas Tech in the Sweet 16. So Michigan advancing to the Elite Eight. And then also Gonzaga advancing to the Elite Eight, but then being beat by Michigan. Because can you imagine a Michigan State?
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be awesome.
That'd be a cool rematch.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Texas Tech.
I don't hate that. That's very interesting.
Texas.
Okay, so I had chalk with this. But here's my caveat. I said that I like Florida. Okay, for the record, I don't like Florida State. I think they're a really hot team. I went with Florida State beating Gonzaga in the Sweet 16. I like their length. I think, and they had that little bit of a feel. Even though they lost in the semis of the ACC,
The finals.
or the finals. Excuse me. Yeah, the finals. I like their length. I think they're going to bother Gonzaga. So I have FSU, and then Michigan. I have beating Texas Tech. I think they have a strong defense, and plus I've rooted for Michigan
Yeah.
my whole life, so I also went with that. But then I had Michigan beating Florida State, so I have Michigan as my Final Four. I like their defense.
Really?
They
Yeah.
started off 17-0, I think.
Yeah. Michigan's also one of those teams
They
that
seem to drop the ball.
they do sometimes.
Yeah, they're not as hot as they
They
once
just
were.
seem to drop the ball.
They do sometimes.
Nick and I both have them in Final Four.
They do. Great
We'll
minds think
see.
alike. Michigan's one of those teams where it's like, you know what? I don't know all the ends of how they're going to get there, but they're one of those hot
That's what happened last year too.
tournament teams. They just seem to end up doing it. So I'm going with it.
And I think their big man is coming back from injury or something too. I think that's true.
Okay. All right, so now I think we got our Final Fours. Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll do, just announce who your Final Four is and who your championship game would be.
Okay, mine.
Not your champion.
Okay, not my champion.
Yeah.
All right, so I have Michigan State, Gonzaga, Virginia, and North Carolina.
Okay.
So Virginia, North Carolina. I picked North Carolina, of course, because they are a good team, as Bennett would say. And I'm just not confident in Virginia anymore. And I've been watching the Tar Heels a lot because I'm a fan, obviously, and they just have the best overall team to me. They have all the different pieces, big man, point guard, NBA prospect. So I picked North Carolina, and then I have Gonzaga beating Michigan State. Just because I wasn't confident enough in Michigan State to pick them to go all the way to the finals.
Okay.
So Gonzaga by default is setting up a rematch, Gonzaga and North Carolina,
Right, of last year,
2
right?
years
Or
ago.
2 years ago. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, 2 years ago.
when the Tar Heels won the national championship.
I like it. Okay. What's and what's
Bennett.
Bennett's?
Bennett has Virginia Tech versus Florida State rematch.
Okay.
He picked Virginia Tech, of course. And then Cincinnati, North Carolina. He also picked North Carolina, of course, to set up a rematch of the game we went and saw. Virginia Tech, North Carolina.
I mean, that would be amazing.
It's all coming together.
That is
That would be
amazing.
amazing.
That would be amazing.
Hopefully there will be a different outcome, huh?
And that's like the last game.
Yeah.
That'll be the last game.
Well, he hasn't told you. He might want the same outcome. He hasn't revealed his championship pick yet.
But does he want it or did he pick it?
We'll ask him.
Do you want the Hokies to win or UNC to win? Who do you want to win?
If they played each other.
North Carolina and the Hokies.
Yeah.
Who would you want to win?
Who would you cheer for?
Maybe the Hokies.
Hokies.
Yeah.
He wants the
Starts with the
Hokies to
Hokies.
win.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
He's on North Carolina.
Yeah, or either one.
Yeah.
At this point, we'll just take either.
Yeah, true.
Maybe both.
Maybe both. Maybe they both win.
Tie.
All right, Noelle.
Okay, I have Duke and Gonzaga playing, and I feel like I'm going to be hated at this table, but I chose Duke.
In that scenario, I would choose Duke.
Yeah, and then because I had chosen Purdue over North Carolina, Purdue over Virginia, I didn't want the Duke to be playing North Carolina. Just that's a lame national championship game.
That's the most epic national championship game you could ever hope for.
Really?
Yes,
I feel
Duke,
like
North Carolina.
I
That'll
don't
go
know.
down for the ages.
Okay, well, I chose Duke playing against Purdue actually for the game.
Fascinating.
Purdue. So Purdue's a big pick for you then.
Yeah,
it
they
is.
are.
Boilermakers, boiler up.
Purdue and Wofford, I feel like are your two big
Yeah,
picks.
yeah.
You like? Is it the gold? Do you like the gold? The gold and black. That's kind of like some of your main colors.
Maybe.
I don't know.
This is enticing you.
Yeah.
But
I pick blue teams a lot.
yeah, that's fair. I do wonder
Kansas,
if that's who's
Villanova,
national.
North Carolina, Duke.
I don't know. But I like it. I like it.
All right, my final four is Michigan State versus Michigan. Like I've said that earlier. That would be crazy. When I say that, though, I'm like, is that going to really happen? No, but
No.
a dream. Then
Dream it.
on the South, I have Tennessee, Midwest, North Carolina, with North Carolina and Michigan State going to the championship.
Okay, so yours is Michigan and
Michigan State and North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay. I like it. Okay, so my final four was I had Michigan and then versus Duke. I had Duke making the championship game. I mean, in that scenario, I think I just feel like Duke's the hot team. I would have them going. And then I had UNC Tennessee, and in my lane championship game, I had Duke UNC.
I just feel like it's cookie cutter.
It is a little
national
cookie
championship.
cutter.
Cookie cutter is true.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
so I
If it
guess by
happens-
lame, I don't mean it would be a lame
I
basketball game to
know.
watch. I just mean it's like, Yes,
you're
cookie
right.
cutter
You're right.
is
It's a
what I
little,
meant.
it's a little cookie cutter. I just thought it was funny because I was like, that's my
Man,
championship.
like as I watched Duke all year though, like I just kept telling myself these guys aren't that good. Even once they got Zion back, I'm like, okay, they're better now for sure. But they're like without Zion, like say he gets in foul trouble, he has an off game, they need a 3-pointer or something, like they're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
And think Duke always wins the ACC championship game and then loses in
True,
the NCAA
facts.
tournament. That happens all the time.
That does happen all the time.
Yes,
Bennett.
Duke's not a really good team because they had lost twice.
That's true.
That happens.
See, Bennett said it, so it's true.
Bennett, so it's true.
I agree.
he
Bennett.
did raise his hand to make
He
that
did.
comment.
He did. He was. Yes.
It
He was
was
being very
important.
patient. Yes. Okay.
All right.
So
Final reveal.
final reveal. Who's your national champion?
Bennett.
Tell him.
North Carolina.
That's right. Tar Heels.
Tar Heels.
Me as well. Tar Heels.
Tar Heels. Okay.
I just think they're just the best well-rounded team. And I want to cheer for them. So
That's fair.
80% head, 20% heart.
I chose Duke.
Chose Duke. Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I have North Carolina as well.
You have North Carolina. This is
It just seems like
This is funny.
This is pretty
so,
funny.
It's always so possible that it feels like a good pick, and I don't allow Duke to get very far. So it always feels like it is a likely outcome.
Yeah. I can see that.
I can see that.
Not according to Kim Pom. Kim Pom says
Really?
Virginia. He has Virginia 21% chance of winning it all. Gonzaga 15% chance.
Wow.
Duke 12. Michigan State 10. North Carolina 8.5.
I've never liked
One of
him.
us should have picked
Virginia?
Gonzaga.
Virginia had the best
I don't
seed.
even like Virginia.
Me neither.
Yes, what do you have to say, Bennett?
I got to say, wait, Bennett, Daddy, Mommy, doing North Carolina?
That's true. All the Fulton hours picked
All
North
the Fulton
Carolina.
hours.
Well,
Yeah.
what's gonna is the Roby household gonna be divided or united?
Let the record show that I also picked Duke.
United.
So it was not planned.
So this steak chicken bet
Yeah,
is not
no.
going to come down to the last game. We know
No.
that. Hold on.
Hey,
If we all pick the same final team, so we're
Yeah.
going to know before the championship
Yeah.
who's
Or it
Right.
could be
Steak.
Rovies versus Fulton Hours. Steak.
Oh, that could
chicken.
be that could be intense.
That could be intense. That could be very intense.
I would want North to win.
You do? You think we'll win? Yes. What do you have to say again?
I got to say, Tiles 12, like, Duke, like,
Yep, that's right.
That's right.
3 Tar Heels, 2 Dukes.
3 Charles Dukes. And it's interesting though, between the 5 of us that it's 2 teams.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
I think
interesting.
50% of the brackets submitted on ESPN picked Duke.
Wow.
Is what
Really?
they said yesterday.
Wow.
Almost 50% of them. Maybe
Almost
not quite, yeah.
yeah,
But that's pretty impressive to think
yeah.
that Duke's taking that much interest.
Yeah.
Zion.
It is the
It's a
Zion
Zion
factor.
factor. Without Zion, it wouldn't be close.
No, I don't think they made
For good reason.
I think they lose Sweet 16 if they don't have Zion.
You think they would lose to
Virginia Tech?
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech?
I think they actually would lose to Virginia Tech.
Me too.
But
I
Zion
think
being there.
that, me too.
Bennett
Yeah.
picked it. I didn't have the guts to pick it, but I will be cheering for it.
There we
think
go.
that too.
Yeah.
I like revealing brackets in this way. It's
Yeah.
more fun.
It's fun.
Fun.
Some
Yeah.
build up.
The best part of March Madness is putting the paper on the wall and highlighting it.
That's what we
The
did
2
too.
colors, like that is by far the most satisfying part is the getting it right and highlighting it in
We
do
yellow.
that
Just say,
every
I was
year.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
It is pretty fun.
Yeah.
So
Where is the best part when UVA loses to a 16 seed?
Okay, that's fair too. Not when
So
you're
Candice,
Nick.
so
Not
you
when you're
don't
Nick.
like Virginia, Candice? Is that what you're saying?
I don't like Virginia.
Bennett does not like Virginia either. So
Yeah, we know now.
Daddy doesn't like Virginia.
No.
Correct.
Nope. Yeah, I don't.
no.
All right.
There we
Owen
go.
doesn't like Virginia.
Yeah, Owen doesn't know what he likes yet.
No, he doesn't. Younger brother. So, well, there you go. Those are our picks. Thanks for listening. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up? Does anyone have anything else?
Hope y'all are enjoying those games going on right now.
I know, by the time you listen to
16.
this, it's probably
I think it's North Dakota State versus somebody. North Carolina Central.
North Carolina Central.
Make sure you use the link in the website or Instagram to set up your bracket.
Yes.
So you can win some swag from Backyard Catch.
Yes, it's going to be great. So if you're listening to this and it's before Thursday at noon, that is the deadline to put your bracket in. There's still time. We'd love to have you be a part of it, and the winner does get some swag. So, but yes, definitely still follow us on Instagram or on Twitter or on Facebook. Let people know. Interested. Tell us what you think. Did you like our picks?
Do you disagree?
Do you disagree? I don't know. We love all the feedback.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, thanks guys for being on. I really
It was
appreciate
awesome.
it. Thanks
It's
for taking
great.
the
Thanks
time.
for having
Thanks
us.
for
Yeah.
having
I
us.
look forward to eating steak soon.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll have to have a picture to commemorate. All right.
Bennett, did you have fun? Say, see you next time.
See you next time.
See you next time. All right, we're signing off.